How do that?
Yeah, feel me, already.
My name is Albutler. I'm actually a founder of Rozebowl. I work with Jex. I own half of Rozebowl.
What inspires you?
Anyone can inspire me. I don't have like a specific people that I can say like they inspire me. Or I'm only inspired by people who are genuine in whatever they do. If you're true to your things, then I'm inspired.
What's genuine to you? Because I feel like everyone has an idea of everything in their head. You know, it's all about perspective, really. You can still be inspired by a fake person too.
I think like genuine people are those people who barely think about themselves, but they live for people. You know what I'm saying?
Words. No, no, no,
Like
for you.
people are not self-centered or anything like that. So those are genuine people to me because they think of other people while it's like they have to think about themselves, something like that.
Would you say that you take that into your craft?
You have to like realize like our purpose here on earth is not about us. Life is not about you. Life is about the people who are surrounding you. So you have to make sure like you're okay with those people. You're living your life for the people.
When was that moment where you were like, you know what, I can do this? Like, I can actually do this, you know? Because, like, for you to do something that you are kind of like swaying away from how everyone is expected to do things, you somewhat need to have that moment where you realize that regular is not meant for me. Okay, let me try something else and figure it out as I go.
I've been into fashion for a long time. Like my number one role model is my mother. My mother is a test maker, like for sure. So it has been like that, you know. So I got to this point whereby I started off as a stylist and all that, and I I was in that position whereby you could see that this is something that I like, but I can afford it. So this is what I have to do. I have to work with whatever the fuck that I have, so that I can come up with something similar to that. So this is what I used to do. I used to like make some of the pieces on my own, and then later on, people used to come here like when they look at you, I barely do the talking and thing. So when people look at me, they'll be like, ah, this guy's a weirdo or something like that. So I always used to like do the talking in fashion. Like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Because bad people, they always like in that position of assuming what I'm thinking, but I will show that in fashion, like this is what I'm actually thinking. Whatever the fuck you think about me, no, this is what I'm actually thinking, not what you're assuming or whatever. So I got to this point whereby people started like vibing with the style, and people were like into what I was wearing, and people used to offer, "Oh, yo, bro, I like this. Where did you get this? What is this?" And they'll be like, "Nah, I made this." So I think that pushed me to this point whereby hey, I've got a friend who used to remind me like, man, do you know you can come up with your fashion brand or something? I was like, nah, bro, it's not easy like that. You know what I'm saying? So I used to tell him like, man, this is not easy as you think. So I don't have like enough money to start up a brand or who's gonna even buy the things. But I wasn't really looking, you know. That is when I got to this point whereby I started looking like, okay, I inspire a lot of people, but a black man can never be in that position of accepting that you inspire them if you're broke.
Wait, so you would never admit to be inspired because of pride?
Nah, I don't have pride. I'm not really like that one hell of a person. You can say he's full of pride and all that. Nah, I'm chill. I'm always like low key and looking at what like I can. tell what someone is thinking by just hearing what they're saying. Like the conversation can easily tell me like this kind of person, can I include him into my life or something like that. Because friendship is all about uh, the people. Like friendship is all about. Those are the people who are gonna put you from one point to the next, or there are those people who are gonna pull you back, something like that. So if I let anyone who's never meant to be in my life, so I'll be like, I like his vibes, but then they're not really like genuine. They can take me to the next level. I'll probably lose a lot just because I fuck with your vibes, something like that.
I didn't think about that because like it's hard for you to think, oh, that can inspire peace, you know, because in a sense it shows that each piece that you make is an expression of narrative, you know, as opposed to like, let me throw this on and see if it looks cool, but more or less of like, it's therapy for you. So the more pieces you make, the more peace you get, in a sense,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
And the fact that it's made from just being resourceful, like I feel like people are afraid to be resourceful because being resourceful is like it requires a lot of energy to some degree. In turn, it makes sense for you to charge like 50 a piece for a jean that you probably bought for $5 and then but like the effort mentally, emotionally, even on a spiritual level too, I feel like it needs to be accredited, you know, and that's creating value from just wanting to have what you wanted to have, you know, because like I remember the other day, Smart Jet was telling us that when you started doing ripped jeans, they were not yet in time. They were not yet in style at all. Like, and people would make fun of that. But then now, like, if you're not wearing ripped jeans to a certain demographic of people or of the youth, you're not cool enough, or you know, you're not the it thing.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know.
Exactly.
But from you, it's just from a place of self-expression and things like that. But you know what makes me curious is like, what were you exposed to for you to actually be like? Because I feel like everything, especially with fashion, it's about taste. It's not really about money and stuff like that, but like the taste. Because you can have money and buy trash, but you can have taste and improve taste with little to nothing.
Like I said before, my mother is a test maker. You know, she used to like guide me through a lot of things. And like told me like you can grab check pins and with the flannel shirt or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can put that together. You say that you wear the check pin and the plain thing at the top, or the flannel shirt and plain thing at the bottom. She always used to tell me something like that. So when it comes to fashion, I can't really say I was exposed to anyone but my mother. Yeah. So as I grow, I started like watching music videos and all that, picking up a few things, and then I'll go to this point whereby I'll gather all the data that I've collected and express it out there, and make it one, and then it comes out as me.
What music are you into?
I'm more into like grime music, like the UK vibes, Skepta vibes, you know, like real grime, like old school things. And
Why that music though?
grime talks about the hustle.
It's a big expression of that.
Yeah.
You know,
So the thing with people from UK, one thing that I respect about them is they know their origins. They already know like they're from Africa. And someone can easily tell like, man, I've looked around, I've looked for information. I'm from Nigeria or something like that. So that's one thing that I respect because it's different from people from the US. They barely even know where they're from.
they shy away from it.
Yeah, exactly. So I love the fact that they're real. people from the UK, like black people from the UK.
If you were to like describe your style, your own personal style in 5 words, without thinking too much about it, where do you put it?
Um,
Or you can even describe it and even in certain brands, like certain brands that you can be like, in the future I'm gonna collaborate with these brands, or we're gonna do something. And this direction is the direction I'm on.
do you know about who decides war?
Who?
Who decides war?
Who decides war?
Yeah, by Medda Bravado.
Now I've heard about it, but I've never really like.
You should check on him because the man them is deeply devout like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a believer. So that's one thing that I love about him because I'm a believer as well. I believe in God like that. Like no doubt. Because I think like this platform that I have to use it to spread the word of God. It's not only about fashion, but it's about the word of God for me. I don't know for other people or yes, I can't really say I'm perfect or anything, but as the human beings we have like this one goal or one purpose that we have. But then we are actually set in different departments like you're into fashion, you're into music. If you know his words, if you know him like that, you have to make sure other people know about him so that we can all go to heaven, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I always like put myself in a position whereby I'll be like, yes, I dress cool, I look cool, I design cool stuff, but do these people know about him? Like I said, I don't really like cameras like that. I don't do the talking and thing. So I make sure my
You
pieces.
express yourself in
Yeah,
different forms.
yeah. So I have to make sure you know something about him through the things that I wear.
And brands that you like affiliate yourself with.
I go in deep when it comes to this whole life thing because life is something that we shouldn't sleep on. You know what I'm saying? We don't live. You don't live on earth without a purpose. Yeah. So it's all about knowing what your purpose is, and then you make sure you work on that. Because I don't really look at money like that. Because money is something that I'll definitely get.
Money comes and goes.
Yeah. So if I put God first, then I know He's gonna give me whatever the fact that I need to live and spread this word.
Nah, I want to leave it at this note because I feel like
Well, like I said, I don't really like talking because at the end of the day, I'm gonna talk about God. Like
no.
that's
I'm not saying like I have a problem with that. I feel like things should be left on an intense note because it creates mystery. It creates more mystery or it creates conversation. Because at the end of the day, this is art. That's why I wanted to have
I've
it.
got a question for you though.
Yeah,
What inspires you?
what inspires me? A lot of things inspire me, bro. Like, but I feel like the best inspiration is love. And I'm not talking about intimate love or anything like that. It can just be love from the homies, love from just what you're doing. Because if things are done with love, they're done with care. You only have like a certain period of time, bro. Because like the fact that I look like this or dress like this, etc., is going to be only important right now. But the art that I make can influence generations and generations. So I know that, I don't have a million years to create it. But if I create it from a space of love, it's like I will be careful with each and every stroke that I add to the final masterpiece. You know,
So you do this for other people.
of course, I do it for people. I do it for expression. I do it for me. You know, because like the first person I ask or the first critic that I have is me. You know, I ask myself like, do I like this? Did I enjoy this process? Do I enjoy this? You know, is this something that um, expresses how I felt at the time, etc. You know, if all those boxes are ticked, it becomes easier for me to receive whatever good or bad thing anyone has to say about it. You know, because like I feel like to some degree as an artist, your opinion matters the most because like you were the one who was supporting yourself, like you know, giving yourself the motivation. And self-motivation is better than any type of motivation, you know, because like it's like you're stripping yourself of your insecurities, of whatever anyone can say about it, etc. Because like all those things, I feel like they can hold you back. They create fear, and fear creates a butterfly effect. Fear can stop your blessings too, you know? Just like you were saying, putting God first. That's another way of just being like, of, of, of not really on edge about things, but like trusting the fact that you're on the right purpose or being accountable for your own purpose, you know? Because like with the gift comes with a lot, bro. It's not just being able to do something. At times it's about character. It's about taking responsibility and being accountable. Because the risks that you take, they're a lot, bro. You know, right now you could be elsewhere doing whatever, or even maybe just messing your life up. But like, if you feel like it's not beneficial to you, like, you try your best to reserve yourself towards your goal. You feel me?
Yeah, I went through that. Like back in the days, I used to do things that I wasn't supposed to do. Like I used to smoke a little weed, get high, like real high. But then I got to this point whereby I understood one thing. Like, man, is this how you want to live for the rest of your life? Like, just grinding money for weed, grinding money just to get high. But at the end of the day, you've got nothing. So I sat down with myself, and then I had to make it right myself. Like remind myself like who I am and what I should be doing.
I respect that. That's real, you know. That's
Yeah,
sincere.
like when people look at me, they think otherwise. But I'm teetotaler, like for sure. Like I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything. I just make sure I'm straight with my taste in fashion. I'm learning something each and every day, and I'm designing something each and every day. Like I can think of something right now and start working on it and put it on a paper. And then the next day, I'm gonna make sure I put it in real life, like those type of things. It actually helps me to get off like a lot of things. Like you be in that position whereby you get carried away and start telling yourself like, man, maybe you should try this. What other people are doing out there, and then fashion is always there for me, like to get my mind off bad things.
This man is preaching, bro. You know. Nah, like for real though. You know. Because like the easiest form of expression that anyone can just think of is it's always like music or painting or drawing, but people never really think of fashion as a way of, you know, of expression. They just think of it, or the stereotype of it being something that is flamboyant, etc. But of which it's not. It's just, you know, like your clothes or what you have on is a reflection of your mood. Even though some people are like,
People barely even know that. Like what you're feeling today is described by the outfit. like what you're wearing.
Even colors, like colors, the color spectrum. It's energy, it's a reflection of that, because color is from light, etc. So black colors reflect a certain mood, yellow colors reflect a happy mood, etc. Some people really go deep into it to a point where um, there's a frequency spectrum for each color, and each color is a certain frequency, you know. It's just like energy, just like sound, etc. Sound also has frequencies too. So even music too. There's music that can get you happy. That's for sure. There's a song that can get you happy, and there's a song that can get you super sad, even if you're not even sad about anything. But because of what the frequency that is hitting at, you know, it will make you feel that way. Sound engineers, for example, right? They know how to make a vocal to become sad. They know how to make a vocal to become happy, and how to put it together to be like that. So it's just the same thing with fashion, you know? The fact that you can make a clothes or put clothes together, you're an engineer, or a fabric engineer, just to put it in simpler terms, you know?
Have you ever got to that point whereby you go thrifting and maybe before you went thrifting you were just sad, you were feeling like low and all that. And then when you get there, you thrift out maybe fire pieces and all that. And then from that point it actually changes the mood from that
You
point.
can go and just find like a rare piece, especially shoes. I feel like shoes are like the easiest way to make you happy, because like if you understand them, just like for example with the J's or with Nike in general, how everything goes by colorway, but people don't like it because the silhouettes are always the same. They don't push people out the box. But I feel like it's a good thing to a certain degree, because like they know what works and they know what doesn't work, you know. So like if you get like a rare piece, a rare colorway, and you know that it's a red colorway, and you're already formulating different pieces to go with that, that's already inspo on its own, you know. Like inspiration doesn't always have to be about creating Facebook or Twitter. It can just be the simplest things, you know. It just depends on where you drive it to at the end of the day. You feel me?
Yeah, it's all about the vibe. It's all about the vibe. So
So any last words to anyone watching this? Not old or young, if just they want to get into fashion and they don't know how to, or they don't know how to start.
um firstly I can only say in a business it's not about large amount of capital. Even $10 can be your capital. Can push you from one point to the next. Because uh, your goal is what's important, not like the capital. So whenever you think of starting something, don't think it in a way whereby you be like, nah, I don't have like the amount of money to start this. You can start small and then anything grows big when the goal is genuine, like when you got a vision. Because each and every man has got to have a vision. If you don't have one, I think you need to pray like real hard so that you can get yourself a vision. Because we, we we actually don't live. Life is not a joke. Like it's never a joke. But as a human being, you have to plan. Yes, God has got His plans with our lives, but then it doesn't stop you from planning. You have to plan and pray if um, your plans are in line with God's plans. You know what I'm saying? So those are the type of things that we need to think about, need to know about. I think that's all.
Alright, cool. I guess that's a wrap. You heard the man, Albutler of Rozebowl. You know, the Langman. Yeah.
aka the Langman. Do you know the meaning of Langman?
Yeah, of course, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
Damn.
but I don't murder people though.
Huh?
I don't kill people. Langman is a slang, UK slang, whereby they be saying someone who's willing to kill someone for a certain amount of price or even for free. But I don't do that. I kill fashion.
Nah, that's tough.
I'm a hitman in fashion. I'm willing to kill it for a certain amount of price or just for free.
Nah, for you. Wait, so are you gonna go thrifting today?
Today, no. I wasn't planning on that, but I usually go thrifting in the morning.
Why in the morning?
Like it's bare hot, you know.
Because everyone is always saying they go in the morning. Even Dillian, when I used to go thrifting with Dillian, every time I came here, I would go thrifting with Dillian. And at 7, you have to be there.
7 you have to be there. Like,
Shit.
and then you'll be done, I think, at around 11, 10, 11. Most probably 12.
So at times you go there and not even come out with anything.
Nah, I don't. I can't really say I can pull up with nothing. I always pull up with something because I love everything. Because one thing that I know about fashion is everything is nice. Like there's no such thing as an ugly piece or this is not it. Everything is nice because the fact that the designer sat down and started working on a piece, it's major. Then decide to release the piece, it's major for me.
No. That's pure gold, bro.
Like you have to remember one thing, like we are the one who put value on clothes, like the majority.
So what you're saying, right, is you can work so hard on something, but if people are not willing to put value on it to some degree, it won't.
Like you can put value on your piece. Like when I make something, I'll be like, okay, this is nice, this is major. But then that energy, when it hits someone, like someone random or your friend or anything, and then gets to that point of making other people believe like there is a major value in this piece. It's all about like taking a certain energy, and passing on to the next person or anything.
Making someone who doesn't even know you believe in what you're able to create, and how you're expressing yourself. Because you can express an emotion that 1 million people are feeling, but they're unable to explain. That's why you're an artist.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you're creative.
So the moment that I go to this point of believing in my piece, and then someone else gets to believe in it, and then they tell other people like this is fire. That is when like the whole value thing starts to get to a certain point. So I think like people are the one who put value in pieces because we design these things for people. So when people start to believe in your things, then there's value.
No,